The first newspapers are known as gazettes, and it contains announcement to Roman Empire or from Roman Empire to people. Just correct na lang natin to. Kasi before may pinapapunta pa silang member ng Roman Empire, mga tauhan nila, and then pumupunta yon sa town, ina-announce niya yung mga information yung gustong ipa-announce ng Roman Empire. Pero ngayon, since meron ng newspaper, mas madaling na i-deliver na yung iba't ibang messages ng Roman Empire. Next is codex. Since nakagawa na ng papyrus or meron ng paper, gumawa naman sila ng animal skin cover. Before kasi, yung earlier na covers are made up or made of wax. So, mahirap na naman siyang i-manufacture and all. So, nireplace nila yun ng animal skin. Therefore, producing the first books or codex, also known as codex. Now we move on to the Chinese civilization. Siyempre, hindi naman natin pwedeng hindi isama ang isa sa mga importanteng kontribusyon ng China. Ito po yung Great Wall of China. So they constructed this wall to keep out foreign invaders and control the borders of China. So isa to sa pinaka sikat din sa kanila. Another one na contribution nila is the gunpowder. So ang kwento dito is that gusto nila actually makakreate ng elixir of life. And then, they accidentally invented black powder that could actually generate large amount of heat and gases in an instant. So, hindi talaga yun yung pinaka purpose ng paggawa nila ng powder na to. Anyway, nag-lead naman ito to another thing, which is the gunpowder. So the gunpowder is used in fireworks during important celebration, and it's also used to propel bullets and cannons. So from elixir of life, biglang iba yung nagawa nila. Gusto sana nilang maka-achieve ng immortality with the use of this powder, pero iba yung nagawa nila. Naging powder that is actually used for fireworks. Next is the spinning wheel. This is another important invention during the Middle Ages. So, one of the things that connected China to the world, isama mo na rin yung silk. So, the spinning wheel is a machine used to transform fiber to thread or yarn and eventually woven into cloth on a loom. So it's essential because prior to the development of spinning wheel, weaving was done in a more tedious process of hard spinning. So breakthrough talaga ito doon sa linen production. Nagkaroon na naman sila ng mass production. Na-address yung mass production because of the spinning wheel, mass production problem. Next is the paper money. So paper money is an invention of the Song dynasty in China in the 11th century, nearly 20 centuries after the earliest known use of metal coins. Kasi, kaya na-develop nila to, ang hirap daw dalhin ng mga metal coins, malalaki tapos mabibigat. So, paper money was certainly easier to carry in large amounts kapag nagtatrade sila. Kaya nila to na-invent. Next is the tea. Ginagamit nila to up until now to address several health problems, and of course ang paggamit nito is they try to pour hot boiling water over crushed or shredded dried tea leaves. So yun po ang for tea production. Medyo binibilisan ko na kasi marami-rami ng videos ang nakaabang. So, in-export nila to aside from the silk. Next is the science and technology in modern times. First one is the telescope. So, since the Middle Ages, tawag sa Middle Ages was the age of exploration, ang dami ng kailangang ma-address na problema. Gusto nila maka-invent ng ganito, ganyan. So, considering the vast and empty oceans that separated lands, ship captains needed to see far and wide to avoid dangers at the sea. Kaya nila na-invent ang telescope. So, it's used by captains ng iba't ibang ship to see far and wide areas. Next, microscope. So with this device naman, alam natin, people were able to observe organisms that were normally unseen by the naked eye. So the microscope was key in discovering new means in preventing and curing diseases. So paano natin ma-identify, for example, na ay virus pala talaga itong COVID, ganyan. Paano din tayo makakagawa ng vaccines and all kung walang microscope. So very essential ang microscope. And kindly comment kung sino sa tingin ninyo ang nag-invent ng microscope. I won't be spilling the name here. I want you to research. Okay. Next. Pasteurization. So it is the process of heating dairy products to kill harmful bacteria that allow them to spoil faster. And through this process, milk could be stored and consumed for a longer period of time. And it also prevented illnesses caused by harmful bacteria. So you can also write the name of the person who's responsible of this. Ito very easy to know kasi nandun na mismo sa word. Next, petroleum refinery. So Samuel M. Kier was able to invent kerosene by refining petroleum. So tinawag na itong illuminating oil. So after some time, it was applied for heating purposes. And at present, petroleum is widely used in powering automobiles, factories, and power plants, among others. Next, of course, is telephone. Kung dati, kailangan pa nilang isulat sa paper, kailangan pa nila mabasa somewhere. Ngayon, meron ng telephone, di ba? So, the more people got connected by trade and exploration, the more they needed a way to easily maintain these connections and communicate with each other in real time. So, kailangan nilang gumawa ng important day-to-day decisions at kailangan yun ma-address at the fastest time possible. Kaya nagkaroon ng development ng telephone, and it's developed by Mr. Alexander Graham Bell. And it was considered as one of the most important inventions at that time. Okay, next. Calculator. So, kindly comment below kung ano yung precursor ng calculator. So, although an earlier version of calculator had already been developed, circumstances in the modern time required a faster way to compute more complicated equations. So the creation of modern calculators did not only pave the way for easier arithmetic calculation, but also resulted in the development of more complex processing machines like computer. So kung wala nga daw calculator, maaaring baka wala din tayong computer nowadays. Engine-powered airplanes. So si Orville Wright and si Wilbur Wright, they were credited for designing and successfully operating an engine-powered aircraft. So their modern knowledge and comprehensive understanding of the working of aircraft wings, the Wright brothers were brilliant scientists who paved the way for modern aircraft technology. Now we move on to the Philippine inventions. So these are just some of the Philippine inventions na essential